Welcome back, Creekers. You all know why we're here. We're here sequestered at the Cedar Creek Gym. All the teachers are here, and why? Because you exceeded our expectations with the blood drive. We said that if you got 111 donors, that we were willing to do this tonight on a Friday night. And here we are, because not 111, you got 131 donors. Awesome! So we're all here tonight, and I wonder what's going on in here. Maybe the other Mrs. Mielheim is teaching musical instruments to the teachers. But I don't hear anything. What do you think is going on? Maybe they're doing some math problems together? I don't know.
I was looking for you.
Hey, Mrs. McHugh, how are you?
Great. Well, the teachers are circled up, and we're talking about the writing that the students did for us, thinking about what we were actually going to be doing here tonight.
Oh, that sounds great. I hope there's food. I'm starving.
There is. Guess what the staff is eating?
Ooh, cotton candy. That's my favorite.
And lollipops and popcorn.
All right, let's join them.
Let's go.
All right, I'm going to hand this off to Miss Casarino.
Edward F. from Miss Castelletto's class said, "I believe that if the teachers are trapped in the gym, they are going to play basketball games. If they are going to play a big game, Mr. Carter and Mr. William would be on the same team. Also, I think that Mrs. Castelletto and Miss Casarino would be on the same team. I think that Mr. Carter and Mr. Williams would win, though, because they are taller." Well, unfortunately, that didn't happen, but maybe next year we'll find out, and I think the smaller people might win.
Well, Joseph G. from Mrs. Bentley's class said, "I think the teachers will play basketball. They might fall a lot." Well, Joseph, we didn't play basketball, but we sure did fall a lot on the scooters. Thank you.
Aiden from Mrs. McHugh's class said, "Are you eating cotton and candy?" And in fact, Mrs. Ewer is eating cotton candy right now. So Aiden, you were right.
Christopher from Miss Peck's class says, "Are you going to eat cupcakes?" We didn't have any cupcakes, so we did have a lot of cotton candy and other snacks. Thank you, Christopher.
Hey, Creekers, I have a joke. What's a teacher's favorite food? Grated cheese.
Oh, this is from Dakota and Mrs. Eward's class. I think that the teachers will do front flips in the gym. There's going to be 2 teams, and whoever loses has to do a belly flop on the cement, and they have to pay for the hospital bills. Well, sorry, that didn't happen. Maybe another time. But thank you very much, Dakota.
Heather in Miss Lawyer's class asked if we were doing a limbo. No, Heather, we're not doing a limbo, but we did do yoga.
Ooh, yoga. Well, Jacob K. and Mrs. Byers, this is great. Are we going to throw tomatoes at each other? I have to say, no tomato fights tonight.
Alexis in Miss McHugh's class wanted to know what kind of cotton candy you will have. Well, Alexis, if you're like me, you have blue cotton candy hidden in this pocket, blue cotton candy hidden in this pocket, pink cotton candy hidden in your lap, and one in your hand to fool like you're really eating.
I've been looking for the cotton candy. I have a letter from Emma J. in Mrs. Papa's class. Are all the teachers going to be dancing under a shiny disco ball? Unfortunately, no, but I love the picture that you did of me and Mrs. Nally.
Thank you. Summer in Mrs. Knoller's class wants to know if we are going to play with the parachutes and eat snacks. Well, we are eating snacks, popcorn, cotton candy, and some lollipops. We didn't play with the parachute, but we were on scooters.
I have a poem by Ken Nesbitt, My Favorite Words. Spatula linoleum persnickety Bermuda, cattywampus flabbergasted fuddy-duddy Gouda, nincompoop and scuttlebutt, kerfluffle and gazebo, diphthong macadamia, skedaddle and placebo, spackle grackle folderol, galoshes dollop frizzle, uvula mustachioed jacuzzi juju swizzle, tighty-whitey, hoity-toity, hurly-burly spleen, piggly-wiggly, artsy-fartsy, namby-pamby preen. That's my list of favorite words, the greatest words around. I really don't care what they mean. I love the way they sound.
You did that really well.
Amy Lynn P. from Mrs. Byers' class asked, are you going to do gymnastics class? Well, they didn't quite do gymnastics. However, several teachers had a cartwheel competition in the middle of the floor, along with a big group of aerobics.
I have two facts about Lacey Township. The first one is Lacey Township is 84 square miles. The second one is Haley Hebrew, that's in Mrs. McHugh's class, had a grandfather named William Hebrew, who Hebrew Park was named after. He was really active in getting everyone involved in sports, and that's how the park was named after him.
Interesting facts. Brooke L. from Mrs. Byers asked, can you do funny stuff like cartwheels and dance? And I love your picture, and we did do some of those things. Thanks for your question.
Well, I was asked to read a tongue twister, so hope I don't mess up. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? It would chuck as much wood as woodchuck could if woodchucks could chuck wood.
Very good. That was awesome, Mrs. Watson. Well, I have something here from Patrick. I'm not sure whose class he's in. Nice job, though. He says, I think they will make and eat bacon, and Mrs. Bentley will eat the most. Patrick. And Patrick, we don't have any bacon, but even better than bacon, my favorite cotton candy.
Thank you. Okay, this is from Joseph M. in Mrs. Bentley's class. I think the teachers will make cookies. They might be good or not so good. Well, we didn't make them, but we ate them. And we had pizza and pretzels and chips and cookies. So we had our share. Great picture.
Well, I have something from Kaylee F. in Mrs. Sorreo's class. She wants to know, when you are in the gym with no students, are you going to play volleyball? Maybe we should have. We'd win next year.
Hey, Mr. Carter. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Canoe.
Canoe who?
Can you help me with my homework?
Michael, Ryan Z.
Mr. Carter.
I'm sorry. From Ryan Z. I think the teachers are going to go swimming, play basketball, and volleyball.
I have a writing from Coral M. from Mrs. Castelletto's class, and she thinks the teachers are going to do a scooter race at school. It will be so funny. Well, I hope you did think what we did on the scooters was funny, because we had a lot of fun doing it.
And I have one from Shaylin in Mrs. Ewart's class. She thinks that the teachers will have a basketball tournament, and the teachers that don't want to play will put on a play on the stage instead. We didn't do either one of those things, and I'm glad, because I'm afraid of the ball in every sport.
So Kim S. from Mrs. Peck's class wanted to know, are you going to play hula hoops in the gym? And we did not pull the hula hoops out, but if we had, Mrs. Heck would have won, because she's won a hula hoop contest before. So I'm glad we didn't.
Aiden L. from Mrs. Larson thinks that the teachers will sing and the rest will watch. When the singers are done, then they'll switch. Well, I can only speak for myself that I know you don't want me to sing.
Well, Kira H. in Miss Reynolds' class wanted to know, teachers, can you please do a pie eating contest? Well, we ordered lots of pizzas, and I don't have to tell you, Mr. Carter ate them all.
Boys and girls, I'm going to tell a joke. How do you make a tissue dance? Put a little boogie in it.
Madison M. from Mrs. Larson's class thinks that the teachers will play basketball for an hour,
then do jump ropes, and then they will throw balls at Mrs. Larson and 2 other teachers. I'm wondering who those other 2 teachers are, but maybe next year.
Hi, boys and girls. I have a St. Patty's Day fact for you. A 56-leaf clover was discovered in Japan. That's a whole lot of luck.
Hi, Creekers. I have a fact, too. Did you know the average human eats 8 spiders in their lifetime at night?
Hi, boys and girls. Aaron T. from Mrs. Grome's class said that we were going to play with the scooters tonight. And he's correct, and my legs are still burning. Thanks, Aaron.
Hi, boys and girls. Gabriella from Miss Grome's class hopes that we would put PJs on and sleep in the gym. Well, before we decided to be sequestered into the gym, we asked Mrs. Renuska if we could sleep on the recess field. And she said, no, it's too cold. So then we said, Mrs. Renuska, can we sleep in the gym? And you know what she said? No, I'm not sleeping in my pajamas. But Gabriella, we may have done it, but instead we decided to circle up.
Julian from Mrs. Bentley's class thinks that we're going to find our way through a maze. Well, maybe next year we can set this beautiful maze up.
Hi, Creekers. I have a fun fact for you. Did you know that there are 293 ways to make change for $1? Wow. Isn't that a lot? Try to figure them out.
Paige H. from Mrs. Papa's class asks, will Mr. Carter, Mrs. Papa, and Mrs. Nally be doing the hustle? I have not seen them do the hustle yet, but we still have 15 minutes left, so who knows?
Nicholas C. from Mrs. McHugh's class says, are you going to ride on the scooters or not? Well, we did, and I've never laughed so hard.
Hey, Creekers, I got another joke for you. Oh, what do you call a teacher who makes numbers disappear? A mathematician.
This one is from Haley in Mrs. Laulier's class. Are you going to dress up crazy and put on crazy music and dance? And are you going to wear? Well, I have half of one. A mustache. Well, we tried to. Hope you like it.
Well, Anika in Miss Stewart's class asked, I think the teachers will have a talent show. Each of them will be able to show off their shining talent. Mrs. Bentley, do you know what my talent is?
No, what's your talent?
I love to tell jokes. Mrs. Bentley, what do you call a piece of cheese that's not your own?
I don't know. Cheese that's not your own is what?
Nacho cheese.
All right, this is for Gavin in Mrs. Ewart's class. I think if you were in the gym, you guys would jump off ramps on skateboards in the gym. Don't hurt yourself. Well, we hurt ourselves a little bit with scooters, but there's no way some of us are getting on skateboards. Sorry, Gavin. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Haskell's still working on the cotton candy. Next.
I got the rest of her cotton candy. Okay, I have a poem somewhere. Backpack, fruit snack. Give me back my cotton candy. Give me my cotton candy. Backpack, fruit snack, water bottle 2, calculator, French translator, pink eraser, glue, notebooks, workbooks, poster paper, pens, dictionary, stationery, presents for my friends, lunchbox, tube socks, watercolors, tape, yellow pencils, plastic stencils, one for every shape. Wristwatch, stopwatch, cell phone DVD, new computer, motor scooter, giant screen TV. That's my list of all I need to buy. I never knew a shopping list could make my mother cry. I just have to say one more thing. Happy birthday, Joanne. That's my sister-in-law. Okay, bye.
Isabella G. in Miss Degnan's class wants to know if we are going to have a singing contest. No singing contest, but ready, Mrs. Hadley?
Yeah.
Baby, you like... Come on! That was so well planned, thanks, and I fell for it. Oh, boy.
Kaylee F. in Miss Casarino's class wrote, I think that the Cedar Creek teachers will do bowling. Every time they swing back the ball and throw it, it will knock out the pins. Well, Kaylee, I'm sorry we did not do bowling, but we had an awful lot of fun pulling those flags off those scooters.
Christopher P. from Mrs. Ewart's class says, I think the teachers will run and jump off the stage and let people catch them. Well, they weren't on the stage today, but they did move around pretty quickly on the scooters.
I have an answer for RJH in Mr. Carter's class. He wanted to know if the teachers would be kickboxing. And then he said, if we were kickboxing, he knows that Mr. Carter would be the finalist.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but Julie from Mr. Carter's class also thought that the teachers would bowl. We didn't bowl this year, maybe next year, but I did attempt to make a rainbow loom bracelet, and I give you guys a lot of credit out there. I need somebody to give up their recess and teach me how to make one.
Madeline F. from Mrs. Sorayo's class asked, when the students are not around, are you going to act and do a show? No, we did not do any acting or putting on a show this evening, but maybe next year.
I don't know. I think I might disagree with that.
All right, Gilbert from Mrs. Knoller's class said, I think they're going to do a parachute. Well, Gilbert, we didn't do a parachute, but I hope we didn't disappoint you, and I love your picture. So colorful, beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, this is from Juliet S. from Mrs. Ewart's class. I think the teachers will dance and have fun. Also, I think they will be funny. Well, we definitely danced with the aerobics, and we did have a lot of fun. Some of us even fell off our scooters. So thank goodness for Dr. Rob from Thompson Chiropractic, who sent this crew to give us some massage and other techniques. So thank you.
Well, this is interesting. It's from Santos in Mrs. Bentley's class. He says, I think the teachers are going swimming. Most of them will go in the hot tub. Santos, do you know something I don't? Where's the pool and hot tub?
Hey, Mr. Carter.
Yes?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Canoe.
Canoe who?
Can you help me with my homework?
I have one from Donald S. in Mrs. Peck's class. Are you going to have Jell-O in the gym? We're not going to have Jell-O in the gym, but after this, we have a battle royal, and I'm the champion.
Of Jell-O wrestling.
Jell-O.
This is from Emily H.
Of Jell-O wrestling.
Thank you, Mr. Carter.
Sure.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, thank you. This is from Emily H. in Mrs. Larson's class, and she wrote, I think the teachers will play volleyball because they have nothing to do. I believe we proved that we have plenty to do, and there was a lot of things that we wanted to do also, but didn't get to. So I hope that you can come up with more ideas besides just volleyball, although we did really well in volleyball this year.
I think so.
Think so.
Wait, this year?
This year, yes, this year.
This year we did well.
Yes.
All right, pass it on.
Okay, I have something from Cheyenne from Mrs. Ewart's class. She thinks that the teachers are going to go into the kitchen, take all the food from the kitchen, and throw it in the basketball hoop. Cheyenne, that would make such a mess.
Hi, boys and girls. I have a joke for you. Why are math books so unhappy? Because they have a lot of problems.
Trinity M. in Mrs. Larson's class thought the teachers would be playing volleyball because they need exercise to get big and strong. Well, that's true. We did do a lot of exercise. I actually commentated. I didn't exercise. However, volleyball may be for next year.
Mrs. Ziegler,
Yes.
what did the triangle say to the circle?
I don't know. What did the triangle say to the circle?
You're pointless.
Lorelei from Mrs. Larson's class thought that the teachers would hula hoop for 30 minutes, and after that they may play dodgeball, but Mrs. Larson would win. No luck tonight, but maybe next time.
Brianna Price from Mrs. Byers' class asked, will you have a dance party? I tried to get them to play the Dynamite song, but nobody would dance with me. Ayo, Mrs. Arrayo.
Sydney from my class wanted to know if we'll be watching a crazy movie. Well, we didn't watch a crazy movie, but I'm sure at home you did, of us.
Hi, boys and girls. I have a fun fact for you. Did you know that a giant squid's eyeball can be as big as a human head? Gross.
Damien from Mrs. Peck's class made a wonderful picture. Miss Hadley, you would be very proud. And it says, "Are you going to play football in the gym?" Well, we didn't play football in the gym, and not many of us know how to. So, Damien, maybe we'll join you on the recess field one day and you can teach us.
Hey, Mrs. Ewart.
Yes?
Did you hear the joke about peanut butter?
No, I didn't.
Well, I'm not telling you because you're going to spread it.
Hi, Creekers. I have another fun fact for you. Did you know that an ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain? Not a very big brain.
Michael D. from Mrs. Lalier's class says, "Are you going to play football?" Michael, we didn't play football, but I really do like your picture of football.
Ava from Miss Papa's class, are you going to swiftly run around in the huge school? We didn't run around the whole school, but we did run in place during aerobics, and I like your picture, Ava, of the girl running.
Hi, Creekers. One more joke. What did the pen say to the pencil? So what's your point? Nobody got it.
We did. We got it. We liked it. Okay. This is from Jake D. in Mrs. Peck's class. Are you going to play basketball in the gym? I'm sorry, we did not. Maybe next year.
This is from Miss Lalier's class. Lacey M. wants to know, are you guys going to do acrobatics? No, we didn't do acrobatics, but Mrs. Castello loves to play a mean game of Pop It.
Pop it. Okay, this is from Rose D. in Mrs. Castelletto's class. If the teachers were going to be locked up in the gym, I think they would order 100 pizzas and eat until they got sick and fall asleep. Well, we didn't get 100, and we didn't get sick, and we're not sleeping yet. So, thanks, Rose.
KCM from Mrs. Byers' class wanted to know if we were going to make chocolate pie and then throw it at each other. Well, Casey, chocolate is my second favorite food group next to cotton candy, and you never throw chocolate pie, you eat it.
Daniela M. from Miss Degnan's class says, I think the teachers will have a dance-off because there's a stage. You were right. We did have a dance-off. Unfortunately, there was a technical difficulty. It wasn't videotaped. But I won, and I got this. This is my trophy. Don't listen to anyone else who says that's not true. It's true. I won. My moves were hot.
Like Jagger. I don't think I can follow that one. Daniel C. in Mrs. Sarayo's class wanted to know if we were going to play dodgeball. We didn't play dodgeball. We did yoga, aerobics, and chased each other on the scooters, and we were too exhausted to play dodgeball. But Mrs. Grom and I, we beat perfection twice. We still had 15 seconds left.
Brielle from Mrs. Knowler's class wanted to know or thought that the teachers would dance to music and jump up and down, that they will have so much fun. And you know what, Brielle? You were right.
Brady C. from Miss Casarino's class said, I think that the crazy teachers are going to play Four Corners. Well, they didn't play it, but it sounds like a great time for next year.
I have two more fun facts. The Central Jersey Blood Center is 49 years young. And Lacey was formed on March 23rd, 1871.
Well, Sophia from Mrs. McHugh's class, you were correct. We did have a scooter race. We hope you enjoyed it.
All right, I have another tongue twister for you. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Good one. And this is Ryan V. He said the teachers will play Star Wars. Well, we didn't play Star Wars, Ryan, but we did have a lot of fun tonight. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Mrs. Swenson. Mrs. Swenson.
It's your turn. Past my bedtime, but I had a blast.
Okay, boys and girls, this is from Ryan Z. He says, I think the teachers are going to go swimming. There's that pool again. Play basketball and volleyball. Well, Ryan, we had a lot of fun tonight. I'm still looking for the pool. I'll talk to Mrs. Renuska about it. But basketball and volleyball will have to be next year.
Hey, Mr. Carter.
Yes?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Canoe.
Canoe who?
Can you help me with my homework? Getting fun here.
I can't do it.
All right, Mrs. Heck. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
You gave it to me.
Okay, Mrs. Bove and I had an orange knock-knock joke.